for the non-technical person, make believe you're talking to my grandma. Rest in peace. Uh, what? How does this work? Like, how does the music get destroyed? What is the methodology around that to a non-technical person? It seems magical. So, can you kind of shed some light on the process or how that actually happens?
Yeah, so what I would say is, uh, to your grandma or anybody listening, look, I assume you know how music is regularly created, right? So when a band goes into a room, they may discuss things like, hey, what do we want the beat to sound like? Hey, what do we want the chords to be? So the chords are just like a combination of notes that you might play on the piano or a guitar that come together in harmonious ways. So uh, that is basically exactly the process that we're replicating, but instead of humans doing it, it's basically computer code doing that same process. So the computer code now negotiates, if you will, what chords are going to be played. And then it says, okay, maybe we add these notes. Oh, let's add a little bit more tension in this part. Let's go to this chord to create that feeling of tension. And then we release it by going back to this. All the sort of decisions you make as a human being now being made in code. And basically and then arranging it all together, right? So ultimately, I think generative music really is music made by humans for humans, and I think this is the very, very big kind of kind of eureka moment that I had as well. Was it's just a different way of doing it. You're using a different tool, but ultimately, it's the same thing, right? We humans love to hear certain chords, right? There's some chords that make us feel happy. There's some that make us feel sad. Think about "All I Want for Christmas Is You." You get that warm,
Hmm.
fuzzy feeling when you listen to that song. It's because it's. I mean, to speak a little musically, there's a minor fourth in there, and a minor fourth is known to give you that kind of warm feeling. So it's that same thing that we're just doing, but instead of humans doing it, we're doing it in computer code.
Right. And what was
And just to
yeah.
kind of,
Go ahead,
sorry,
Alexis.
I was just gonna add to that to kind of answer the second part of your question, which is the concept of music that destroys itself. So the algorithm that basically creates the songs is incredibly complex. So there's a huge number of variables that go into it, and so we just did the math, and each NFT can create approximately 10 to the power of 45 songs. So just to kind of explain it in layman's terms, if you were to play the NFT, a single NFT nonstop for a billion years, you would have listened to less than 0.1% of
Mm.
all the songs that it could create, right? So there's a huge kind of repertoire of potential songs that this algorithm can create. And the flip side of that is the fact that once you listen to a song, the likelihood of listening to that song again is essentially zero,
Hmm.
right? Because if it's going to take trillions and trillions of years to go through all of the songs that are being created, once it's played, essentially it's never going to repeat. So that's essentially the concept of a song destroying itself, because once you listen to it, it's essentially gone forever,
Mm.
because probabilistically speaking, it's never going to repeat again.
Right. Wow. That is cool.